I ain't get on here to talk about that much, but some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of that shit, like, it get real.
In the 2013 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Trey Burke from the University of Michigan.
We're diving right into another wild twist in the basketball world. And this clip right here blew up fast. The internet couldn't stop talking about it. So just a few days ago, an interview dropped featuring former NBA player Trey Burke. Yeah, that Trey Burke, the one real hoop fans remember from back in the day. What he said in that video had people's jaws on the floor. At first, it sounded like just another casual comment, but once you really listened, it hit deep, almost chilling. Trey started talking about how some of the biggest NBA superstars, the ones sitting at the very top, are mixed up in some seriously dark behind-the-scenes stuff. He didn't hold back either. Trey straight up said that a lot of what these players get involved in is dark and demonic. And hearing that from someone who actually lived inside the league, that hit hard. That's not the kind of talk you expect from a former player who's seen things firsthand. And get this, right after I watched that clip, another video randomly popped up like the algorithm was reading my mind. You know how it does. You watch one wild thing and suddenly it's showing you something even crazier. This next video dropped a shocking claim about Derrick Rose's old injury. Yeah, that injury. The one that basically changed the course of his career.
It was kind of just about basketball. Let me just see how good I can be in basketball. You know what I mean? But once I found that deeper purpose, it made me kind of understand life at a deeper level. And I'm still on that journey to this day.
Yes, sir.
I'm still on that journey. And I think athletes need to know that. It's a lot of athletes out here that just want to make it to the NFL, just want to make it to the NBA. You got Instagram, Facebook, you got so much distractions and they just looking at the lifestyle, but they don't know what's going on inside of the person. They don't know what's really going on.
The video hinted that maybe, just maybe, it wasn't what the public was told. The comments section went absolutely insane. People were digging up memories from way back in 2011 and 2012 when Derrick Rose was at the height of his game, sitting on top of the basketball world. When that clip resurfaced, I knew it was time to really break it down. What's wild is, I've never covered Derrick Rose like this before, but this theory, it's been floating around for years. Even Rashad Jamal jumped into the mix, throwing out the idea that Derrick Rose's injury might not have been fully real either. That's when things started spiraling into some wild territory. Fans began connecting dots and saying Derrick didn't play along with the system, that he refused to make certain choices or walk through certain doors that others did. Some even claim that's why his rise got shut down so suddenly, to stop him from reaching the same legendary level as LeBron James. That theory's been whispered in basketball circles for years, like a rumor nobody wants to say too loud. According to what people say online, if you wanted to be one of the real faces of the league, you had to make some serious sacrifices. And some believe Derrick might have gotten too close to that line, then backed off when things started feeling way too real. Think about it. You don't just wake up one day with a huge triangle tattoo right in the middle of your neck and then suddenly flip your whole vibe. That made people raise eyebrows fast. After the injury, Derrick's entire energy changed. His public image shifted. His presence on the court looked different, and fans couldn't help but notice something felt off. Sure, Derrick stayed in the league and kept grinding. Nobody's denying that. But let's be real, he never got back to that MVP-level dominance again. The speed, the explosiveness, that fearless takeover energy, all of it faded, and the world saw it happen in real time.
Man, you made it to the league, bro. It's a whole, like, they don't put the emphasis on it that I feel like we should get, because it's
there's 1%.
It's a prestigious fraternity, bro. Like, straight up, it's not. It's just something that ain't easy to do. So I can see everybody.
I look at it like everybody in the world who ever played basketball wanted to go to the NBA, bro. Every kid from every state, from across seas, everything. And some of the people that got to do that, bro, it's a small list, bro. It's 1%, bro.
So I just feel like it need to be more respect on the guys who they don't look at as the so-called superstars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because it's so much going on, bro. Like, and I don't even want to get into all that, but a lot of, like, bro, like, some niggas, bro, some superstars took a different route. I'm gonna be real.
Real shit.
Some superstars took a different route, and I ain't get on here to talk about that much. But some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of that shit, like it get real.
That's exactly why so many people believe the injury wasn't just a freak accident. The theory says it was a calculated move, a way to quietly stop his rise before he became untouchable. Once you start looking at it from that angle, everything starts feeling eerie, and the more you think about it, the darker it gets. I've got a short clip that dives right into this madness. I'm pretty sure that clip came straight from the Math Hoffa podcast, the one where Derrick Rose talks about escaping the circus of the NBA. That single line hit different. It wasn't some casual comment either. It sounded like a mix of relief and warning all at once. The tone in his voice made people stop, rewind, and think twice about what he was really saying. And instead of stretching this intro forever, let's dive right in, because what comes next has layers on top of layers. That voice you heard earlier was Trey Burke, and what he said carries real weight. This isn't some random dude chasing headlines. Trey was a straight-up monster at Michigan, made it to the league, and lived inside those locker rooms for years. So when he starts speaking on what really goes down behind the scenes, people listen. He's seen how the game works up close, how the big names move, and when he says things get wicked at the top, it doesn't sound like clout chasing. It sounds like a man who's seen too much. Just think about it. Look at James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. These guys aren't just athletes anymore. They're walking corporations.
Yes, Derrick Rose, man. He refused to keep selling out, participating in the rituals. This is exactly why he was forced to sit down with that injury, bro, when they made him fake ACL tear, bro. That happened because he didn't want to keep on participating, so they forced him to sit down. This is how these industries all ran. Go watch the movie Him. They show you how you have to keep participating in rituals and sacrifices in order to get to the top. And, you know, D-Rose didn't want to keep on do that shit, participating in that shit, you know, to get to the top. So he just sat down. I made a video of me talking about this before. You know, in the movie Him that just came out, it's showing y'all the truth, bro. They're showing y'all, like, what you gotta do in order to get to the top, bro. This is how this shit works in these music industry, all these industries, bro, sports and all that. It's not based on talent. Once you get to that position, it's based on how much you're going to sacrifice in the rituals you're going to participate in. So that's what happened with D-Rose, bro. Like, he just wasn't trying to keep on doing that. That's why he retired so early. That's why they made him fake his injury in the league, man. It's just deep, but it's the honest truth, you know. And this is important for people that, you know, thinking about trying to go to the league and shit like that, like trying to be up there in the high rankings. It's a lot of shit you gonna have to do nowadays, especially how it's ran, man. And that's just the honest truth about it. Like, D-Rose, not taking away the talent from him. He's an amazing basketball player, like I said. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you want to get to the top, you gotta participate in the rituals of sacrificing. And in order to be up there, and he wasn't with that, bro. So did a little bit of what he had to do to get to the league and shit like that and make the money he made. But, you know, that's why he just went out with an injury.
Massive deals, global power, millions on top of millions. Steph's worth sits around $300 million. LeBron hit billionaire status, and even their tattoos get people talking nonstop. Fans swear those designs mean something way deeper, that they're not just ink, but symbols of something hidden. Now let's keep it real. Derrick Rose was speeding straight toward that same tier. He was right there, but then everything just collapsed. For a lot of fans, it's hard to believe that one single injury could wipe away that kind of future. The whispers say maybe it wasn't just bad luck. Maybe Derrick didn't play along with what was going on behind that curtain. And according to this theory, that one decision flipped his whole destiny upside down. The idea behind this theory is simple, but brutal. If you don't follow the plan, you don't get the money, the fame, or that golden chosen one status everyone's chasing. And let's not act like this is far-fetched. Derrick Rose could have been bigger than Michael Jordan in Chicago, no exaggeration. Born there, raised there, carrying the city on his back. Every single time he hit the court, Chicago fans saw him as way more than just a player. He wasn't just a superstar, he was their own. The city's love for him hit different, even compared to how they loved Jordan, and that's saying something. To the people of Chicago, Derek wasn't just repping the Bulls, he was Chicago, and that connection made his rise feel legendary. Fans truly believed if his career kept climbing, nobody could have stopped him. No argument, no question. He was on his way to something historic. Now hold up, because I've got a clip lined up where Derek himself talks about what he calls the circus of the NBA. And man, that clip hit people hard. Everyone's been replaying it over and over because there's something heavy in his tone, the kind of voice that sounds like someone who's seen too much and finally decided to step away.
Explain. You have the Grim Reaper on your arm. Oh, no. The Grim Reaper.
No, it ain't that. Yeah, so I love magic. So my favorite magician was like Houdini. My name Pooh. I put conflated Pooh and Dini and put Houdini. So with some kids, I was in high school when I got the tech. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. And I ended up doing some shit like that. But that's what I mean, being a part of like what you were just talking about, being a part of the Matrix. Right. I didn't shake out of that shit until after I got hurt. So a lot of people may look at my story and be like, man, he's the biggest what if, blah, blah, blah. You right. What if I didn't get injured? What? I wouldn't have found myself. I still would have been a part of the fucking circus, bro.
What is the circus?
I mean, going along with the act.
Break it down, because okay. You got into that, yeah.
All right, what's the item? Just tell you.
Right.
Circus. Only looking up shit that's on Instagram that they feed to you. That's the circus. Where it's like, oh, Black history, you learn something about Black history, and it's like, oh, I'm about to look this up now. That's the Matrix.
Before anyone starts shouting rumor or conspiracy, let's make this clear. Plenty of folks believe Derek didn't fake a thing, but there's also a strong crowd saying he got pressured behind the scenes, that he didn't want to take part in certain expectations that come with the spotlight. Either way, the fact that this topic keeps coming back shows something deeper is going on. Let's be real. Most people ignore the patterns right in front of them. If shady systems can exist in the NFL, do we really think the NBA is squeaky clean? Be serious. Big money always brings big control. And when you start noticing how things line up, those patterns start feeling uncomfortable. Look closely. So many first overall draft picks end up with major injuries early in their careers, and fans just brush it off as bad luck. But others say, nah, it's not luck at all. It's part of something bigger. Derrick Rose went #1 in 2008, rocketed to the top fast, and then boom, a massive injury just a few years later. And here's the part that always makes people stop scrolling and start thinking.
I ain't watched none of my games like that. When they was winning championships, nigga, I'm outside. My brother and them tell me come back in when they about to shoot and celebrate. Hey, the game finna end.
Wait a minute, rewind it. You ain't watched no Bulls game?
They about to win the championship. Hey, go get Pooh. The game about to end. He can't be out. They in. I'm looking through the window. I'm watching my brother and them outside run around in the street.
They watch Jordan. Damn.
My mama give me a shirt with the newspaper thing on it. I'm like, all right.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, I know none of that.
That's interesting, bro. So you just really want to come get your work in, get on up out of there.
Get out.
After that injury, Derek said something powerful, that he finally found himself and started seeing past the circus. That one sentence hits deep. It sounds like without that setback, he might have stayed stuck inside the NBA machine like so many others who never break free. Think about what that really means. He's saying the moment that was supposed to end him actually opened his eyes. That's heavy. Even now, Derek's still worth around $100 million, which is massive by any standard. But let's keep it real. Before that injury, he was on track to become the face of the league, standing shoulder to shoulder with LeBron at the top. His story runs way deeper than most fans ever realize. And lately, people can't stop connecting Derek's story to another name, Ben Simmons. Every time a Derrick Rose clip starts going viral, the comments flooded with talk about Simmons. The internet's been split wide open over it. Some fans swear Ben never sold out, that he stayed true and refused to play certain industry games. Others say his story fits the same pattern, that something behind the curtain changed the whole direction of his career. Because let's be honest, You don't just wake up one morning terrified to shoot a basketball at the highest level. That's not normal behavior for a #1 pick. When you line it all up, Derrick Rose, Ben Simmons, and a handful of other early #1 draft stars, it starts to look way less random. Too many sudden shifts, too many careers flipped upside down, and too many weird coincidences happening back to back. Fans are finally starting to piece it together. Now, here's where things get heavy. This part right here split the internet straight down the middle. During Ben Simmons' draft, cameras caught him doing a very specific handshake with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. People online instantly labeled it a Masonic-style handshake. Clean, deliberate, and way too intentional for a public stage. That clip went everywhere and it had people replaying it in slow motion, arguing whether it was just a normal moment or something way deeper hiding in plain sight. Just 2 nights after celebrating his draft night with his cousin Zachary Simmons, something tragic went down around 3 a.m. Reports say Zachary was struck by an all-black SUV and later passed away, and that timing shook people hard. To be clear, plenty rushed to defend Ben Simmons immediately, saying he had absolutely nothing to do with it and that it was just a heartbreaking coincidence. But the internet being what it is, the conspiracy side took it somewhere darker. Some online voices started claiming something else might have been at play, that maybe Ben was pressured into choices he didn't want to make. Others pushed even wilder theories that nobody's been able to prove. And every time that old draft night handshake clip resurfaces, the conversation reignites. People swear the handshake looks too deliberate, not just a friendly "what's up," but something slow, practiced, and almost ceremonial, like it was meant to be seen. That ties right back to what Trey Burke said earlier about the NBA being an elite fraternity, where once you're inside, you're locked in deep. According to these theories, talent alone won't keep you at the top. If you want to rise to the same heights of Steph Curry, LeBron James, or James Harden, there are expectations, unspoken rules that come with that level of fame and influence. It's a world most fans never see, but people who've been inside say it's different. And then another strange connection pops up. James Harden and Lil Baby. Remember those two were everywhere together for a while? Non-stop appearances, matching fits, private jets, exclusive events, a superstar baller and a street-raised rapper suddenly moving like brothers. The internet noticed fast. Fans started asking questions. What's really behind that bond? Some believe Harden was showing Lil Baby the ropes, guiding him through certain industry doors. Others think they were both navigating the same powerful circles, playing by the same unspoken rules to level up in their own lanes. Either way, once people started connecting these dots, the conversation didn't die down. It only got louder. Every new detail, every old clip just keeps feeding the mystery and making folks wonder what's really going on behind those closed doors. None of it looked normal, not even close. Then came that viral overseas clip. People say it happened in France, maybe Paris, where Lil Baby looked completely out of it. He wasn't just tired or distracted, he looked totally spaced out, like he wasn't even there. That video spread across the internet faster than wildfire and instantly turned into a meme. People joked that he looked lost, confused, just not himself at all. But what really grabbed attention was Harden's reaction. You could clearly see him leaning over, trying to steady Lil Baby, whispering something like, "Hold on, they trying to take pictures of you." That tiny moment stuck with people. The way Harden looked serious, almost protective, made the whole thing feel off. Behind the smiles, the flashing cameras, and all the designer fits, it felt like something deeper was happening, something nobody wanted to talk about. And a lot of you probably remember that old meme too, the one from a few years back. Harden and Lil Baby flexing their friendship, gifting each other crazy expensive stuff. Bags of cash, watches, designer clothes. Back then, everyone called it friendship goals. But now, looking back with fresh eyes, it feels totally different. That bond doesn't look as simple as it used to. Harden's deep in that world, that's a fact. Shoe deals, massive endorsements, international fame, non-stop VIP access. Once you reach that level, people believe you've already agreed to certain unspoken rules. That's what so many fans keep saying, that the higher you climb, the more you gotta give up. And that's why Trey Burke speaking out hit like a bombshell. This isn't coming from a random outsider. This is a former NBA player who's been inside those rooms, standing next to those stars, watching how everything really moves. When he started talking about certain superstars taking a darker path to success, he didn't sugarcoat a single word. He even brought up that old quote from Corey Holcomb, the one people always hint at but never dare to say out loud. You already know exactly what he meant, and hearing it echoed by someone who lived through that world made it hit even harder. And that's where all the pieces start to connect. Derrick Rose, Ben Simmons, James Harden. Different stories, same strange whispers. Fame, sacrifice, pressure, and the real cost of staying at the top. It's not just random gossip anymore. People are starting to see the pattern. The same moves, the same timing, the same fallout. It's all too similar to ignore. So before you scroll away, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to BuzzBlock TV right now. Don't miss out, because what's coming next goes even deeper. The next drop is about to shake things up all over again. And trust me, you'll want to be here when it does.